Hello, I'm Wendy Bale, a visual artist in Jamestown, New York. Welcome to Paper Cuts, my exhibit at Tri-County Arts Council in Olean. The work on display here are examples of different styles of paper cutting I've done over the past 3 years. I came to New York State in 2014 while finishing up a career in creative direction for fashion catalogs. Inspired by this beautiful area, I have rekindled my personal art career and taken up paper cutting. The 50 pieces that you see in this show represent this exploration of a new-to-me medium. My plan when I stepped off that day job last spring was to reconnect with nature, and I have indeed done that, as you can see from my subject matter. But the true joy has come from the connection with people. Joining others with environmental concerns, meeting local naturalists, learning about the native wildlife and habitats. Oh, and I should mention kayaking. That has opened up a whole new world for me. Today, I would like to share that world with you through my paper cuts. I first learned about paper cutting from Robin Brickman, a children's book illustrator who gave a 2-hour workshop at Roger Tory Peterson Institute in Jamestown. Right away, I was really comfortable with the scissors, having spent the early part of my career doing graphic design. That was before computers came on the scene. I had spent several years using knives and scissors 40 hours a week, so apparently it was like riding a bike. At the time, I was doing mostly charcoal drawing when I took this workshop, so I added cut paper to that medium. I became fascinated with all the different approaches that there are out there. I tried layering the paper, adding in different textures and colors. I tried new tools and techniques, embossing and debossing. To me, that is really what takes the paper to the next level. I joined the Guild of American Paper Cutters and began to realize what a broad art form this is. Let's take a closer look at Song of Nine Birds. Paper cutting can be a very simple medium. It involves, in its most basic form, paper, and a pair of scissors or a knife. And of course, a plan for the design. And as many people have pointed out to me, a lot of patience. I use a variety of acid-free papers. I started out with a French paper called Canson Colorline. It is still a favorite when I'm working in black and white. Handmade papers are wonderful. So-called rice paper, which is actually made from mulberry, is a favorite. Paper infused with silk or with seashells is great for making bird feathers and beaks. Modern vellum papers and other synthetics are useful for their translucency. I always start with a sketch. From there, it depends on what style I'm doing. I might do a pattern that has many, many parts in it, or I might just start cutting layers. In some of these pieces, there are up to 25 layers of paper. I will use many kinds of paper, not only to represent the color, but also the textures. Even a solid white or a solid black bird will have numerous papers used to create those details. This is an example of combining layered paper cutting. This one has about 6 layers making this background, with a sculpted paper bird that's been tucked into the layers. The merganser here has about 15 kinds of paper creating all these details. By contrast, the cinnamon fern has no layered background, but is actually just built up of individual fronds. I cut through a pattern with multiple layers of different types of paper and then added bits here and there to create the light and texture. I invite you to come view the show in person. We are being very careful of everyone's health. Masks and social distancing are required. They have directionals on the floor to direct the flow of traffic. I will be giving tours to small groups throughout the afternoon and evening of August 8th. There's a sign up for that online. The show will hang through September 18th. Check the Tri-County website for the current hours before you come. I want to say thanks to Natalie Sechatella and the fine people here at Tri-County for working with me to put on this exhibit in their beautiful new gallery here in Olean, New York. Their understanding of the current pandemic situation and careful consideration for everybody's safety has been above and beyond. And I also want to say thanks to my husband, Sandhill Bill, my partner in everything. I couldn't do this without him. I'm Wendy Bale, a visual artist in Western New York. You can find my work on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and at wendybaleartfirst.com.